Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going through my 2026 crochet goals and project wish list. Let's get started. Okay, so if you didn't already know, my kind of main crochet goal for 2025 was spending the first 6 months only using yarn I already had in my stash, absolutely buying no new yarn, making projects entirely from my stash. And it was an amazing creative exercise. I made things I never would have usually made. It allowed me to kind of engage with some problem solving and more kind of interesting self-drafted projects that I never would have thought of, because if I just have lots and lots of yarn, then I can just make whatever. But when I'm restricted, I gotta work things out to make something cute, and it was really great. And also, more importantly, it was more sustainable, and I really want to continue that theme into 2026. However, I have a lot of projects planned, so I'm not doing the no buying new yarn. I'm only buying yarn if it's either secondhand, recycled, or plant fibres. Now, I'm going to try not buy any new kind of plant fibre yarn anyway, unless it's recycled, but just to give myself a little bit of flexibility, because I do want to make more wearables this year, so that's kind of the plan. But I'm going to try my hardest to only buy secondhand yarn or recycled yarn. So I'm also not going to crochet any Christmas gifts this year. That is kind of challenge number 2, because I do really want to make people gifts. But this year it did burn me out a little bit, just because I have lots of other things going on. So yeah, I don't want to get burnt out, and also I want to save my hands a little bit. Again, got lots of projects planned for this year, so making lots of Christmas presents it's not so good for my hands and my wrists. I want to try and protect them as much as possible, so I can crochet for a lot longer. So even though I really want to make Christmas gifts, I'm gonna make myself not push myself too hard and do that. Now, kind of goal / challenge number 3 is I want to tablet weave a full belt. I do have a loom that my boyfriend made me. It's very cool, and I have tried a little bit of tablet weaving, but I want to make a full belt this year, and I'm very excited about that. If you don't know what tablet weaving is, it is kind of an ancient fibre craft, very big with the Vikings. And yeah, it's really cool. I do want to experiment more with ancient and kind of heritage fibre crafts. So tablet weaving is at the top of my list for that. And kind of in that same vein, kind of challenge number 4, I guess, is to fill out this fibre crafts book a little bit more. I started it this year, just documenting samples from different fibre crafts. So we've got some weaving here, null binding, and then this is a kind of braid that I made using a wheel loom. So that's really great. I want to fill that out more and experiment with more interesting fibre crafts. I think that's going to be really great. Challenge number 5, no more hats. I have too many hats as it is. I don't need to make any more. So that's my 5th challenge. And then there's a couple more kind of not so much challenges, just kind of things that I want to go into 2026 having in my brain, which is making more fitted wearables, and then being on the lookout for specific yarn, like specific weight and specific colour palette for a couple of the projects that I'm going to mention later on. So yeah, those are kind of my 5 main fibre craft crochet goals for this year, and I'm very excited for the project list that I'm about to share with you. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, let's get into it. So my crochet project list is divided up into seasons, just so I've kind of got a rough time frame of when I want to make a set of projects, basically. So starting off with winter, which will be January to February of 2026. I really want to make these spiral socks. They are so cute, and I'm going to hopefully maybe make them out of the West Yorkshire Spinners Wool Revival, which is a recycled yarn, and I want to use the colours Thistle and Sage. I think that's going to make a really cute pair of socks. Sneaky suspicion that socks might replace hats in my life, and kind of the amount of times I'm making them. I'm trying to restrict myself a little bit, but you know, throughout the year I'll probably be making more socks. And then I also want to make some slippers like this. How cute are these? They look like leaves, so I need to get a nice chunky green yarn for that. Very excited to make my first pair of crochet slippers. Now my first big project of the year is going to be another crochet tapestry jumper, but I want to make a mammoth one. So I'm going to kind of put an image up here of, you know, a mammoth cave painting kind of thing that I want to kind of be the main kind of motif on the front of my jumper. I'm doing prehistory for my masters, so I want to kind of make it for that and wear it to class, and you know, I just think that'd be really cute. So I'm very excited to make another tapestry jumper. I have ordered a whole bunch of brown yarn from Vinted that I'm hoping is going to be enough. When I buy the yarn for kind of the mammoth colours, I'm hoping that combined, you know, with the brown is going to be enough, because I'll try and make it very big, the mammoth, so most of the front panel will be that other colour. And I'm hoping it's a chunky yarn and about 1,000 meters. Let's hope that it's going to be enough. But you know, it's part of the fun playing yarn chicken constantly. So moving into spring and summer. So this is going to be March to August. I want to make this flower wine bag for my granny for her birthday. Yeah, I think it's really cute and she'd like it. It was kind of just a cute little small project to ease myself into spring and summer. And then I really want to make the Rachel's flower poncho. There's a YouTube tutorial for this, I'll link it below. And it's really cute. I want to make a poncho so bad, and I've had this one on my project list for a while. So yeah, I'm going to make it in a nice chocolate brown cotton. It's going to go with lots of things in my wardrobe. I'll definitely wear it a lot throughout this summer. Very excited. And then I want to make a jumper for the kind of in-between temperatures, and I really like this one because it's quite open, kind of like the sleeves are quite wide and it's kind of short sleeve. I think it's going to be a bit nicer, a bit airier, so not going to be too warm, but definitely give me a little bit of warmth when it's, you know, not super warm, more kind of spring weather, I think. It's going to be really cute. It's nice and fitted at the waist. It kind of has almost like an 80s silhouette, which I really love. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of wing it with that one, not use a pattern. I think I can manage it. It'll be cute. And then I want to make the Aurora top. So this one, you might have seen it already, and I'll link the pattern for this in the description below as well. It is really beautiful. It's definitely the kind of you know, crochet wearable that I think will actually fit my body type. A lot of ones don't, unfortunately, so I'm very excited to make that one. It looks really beautiful, cute and witchy. It's going to go with all my cute skirts. I think it's going to be really great. And then I have another project in mind, only if I have time. So it is this top here. So I don't know if this will fit my body type. If I make it exactly how it is here, it might be just something I wear a vest under to, you know, cover this area, because it's more of the V. So to keep it a little less scandalous, I might wear a vest under it, but I'll see. I might be able to kind of work the fitted part up higher, but that might look weird because I do want to make it out of cotton as well, not a stretchy yarn. So I think if I wear a vest under it, it might be cute, and I really want to do like a little button enclosure with it. Obviously, again, you know, cotton doesn't stretch. I'm going to need a way into it, and I think some really cute funky buttons would be really adorable. And I'm going to collect, hopefully secondhand, a few different kind of cotton yarns that are colour changing and just make it really nice and funky. Yeah, it'll be really cute. Yeah. That's only if I have time though. But I do think it'll be really pretty. Maybe next year if I can't make it this year. Coming up. Alright. Now, moving into the good stuff. Autumn, the best time of year. So, in my last video, I showed a Whimsigoth day bag that I made, just basically a granny square bag, but it is the perfect size. I love it so much, so I want to make another one for autumn. So more browns, orange, greens, creams, those kinds of colours. I'll put up kind of a little image I found on Pinterest of the different kinds of granny squares I might include. But yeah, so this is one of the projects I'm going to have to collect yarn throughout the year to make. I'm thinking probably just Aran, probably do a lot of acrylic just because it holds its shape a little bit better sometimes. But I'll try to do some cotton and wool and things in there. Make it lots of different textures and yeah, I think that'll make it really funky. But I'm really excited because I love the purple day bag that I make. So I want another one in, you know, for the colours for the rest of my wardrobe. Be really cute. Now I'll also be collecting lots and lots of yarn for this project too. I want to make a nice big chunky oversized jumper, and I want to do the kind of apple granny square motif on the front and then the swirl granny square on the back. So how I'm going to try and do it is just make a huge spiral granny square and then attempt to make the apple kind of thing. I don't have a pattern for it, I'm just going to try and wing it and then make that the same size and just work it in panels basically, like I will be doing for my tapestry jumper. And yeah, I want it nice, chunky, oversized, very much the silhouette that you see in the spiral jumper picture there. I think it's going to be so cute. I've been seeing these spiral and apple jumpers everywhere and I really want to make them. I just haven't had enough yarn. So yeah, it's going to take, you know, a few months to build up a little collection of yarn for those two items, but very excited. It's going to be so cozy. I can't wait. Okay, and then the last thing I want to make for autumn is another jumper, but a fitted jumper. So I need to find a yarn that's got a bit of stretch to it, but I don't want a fully acrylic one either just because it doesn't feel as nice. Maybe a Caron Cakes, like a colour changing Caron Cakes. I'll pop up an image of the one that I really want to make it out of, but it depends on if I can find it second hand. But yeah, this is the kind of silhouette I'm thinking for a fitted jumper. It looks like it's all like maybe double crochets in the back loops only, worked in panelled and then all sewed together. I think it's going to be quite a cute, simple project, but I love the silhouette. I love that neckline. I like how the sleeves look like they're kind of flaring out a little bit, you know, closer towards the wrist. I think it's really cute. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I need more fitted jumpers, I think, in my wardrobe, definitely. So, I'm very excited for that one. Yeah. So those are the ones for autumn. Now getting into winter, which is basically going to be just December. So we'll see if I can do all of these things. So first up, mittens. I just really want to make a pair of mittens. They're really cute. Maybe these like 3-fingered like alien mittens. We'll see. They are very cute, but I just really want to make mittens because I do like them. That's going to be a cute little simple winter project. Now I do want to make another jumper in the winter. I don't know if that is going to be possible with the time I'll have, but I really want to make this jumper here. Now this jumper is knitted, so obviously it's not going to look exactly like this, but I don't know, I feel like if I do a raglan style, like top down raglan style crochet jumper and just end the sleeves at the kind of elbows and the body at the kind of under the chest and then just kind of work some ribbing into it, I think it might work. I think it's really beautiful. I love this silhouette so much. I do have a yarn in mind for this. A little bit unrealistic. It is an alpaca silk recycled yarn, but it's quite pricey. but this colour in particular I just think is so beautiful that I really don't think it's in the cards for me. I'll have to, you know, try find another yarn second hand. But yeah, let me know if you have any tips on kind of making a jumper like this, crochet. Yeah, I think raglan style and then just kind of winging it from there, it might work, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time as well to be able to make a full jumper just in the month of December, but I will try. Okay, so the last project I have in mind for 2026 is actually a secret. So I kind of want to do like a Christmas series type thing over December next year. So yeah, this one's going to remain a secret, but I'm very excited for it. I'm going to collect lots of different yarn for it throughout the year as well. And it's going to be so cute. I'm really excited for this one. I can't wait for you guys to see it. So yeah, that is my project wish list for 2026. It's not too crazy. I didn't want to burn myself out, you know, but I'm likely to make extra smaller projects throughout the year as well. Sometimes I just do that, you know, I've got some extra yarn lying around. I really want to make something, but I want it to be simple, you know, just keep my hands busy, and I end up making lots of little silly things as well. So definitely not going to be everything I make in 2026, but definitely the main projects. So yeah, that's it for this video, I think. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please let me know what projects you have planned for 2026. Give me a little bit of inspiration. And yeah, I hope everyone's had a really fantastic holiday, and I hope everyone's going to have a really great 2026. Yeah, I'm definitely manifesting it for myself and my family, because 2025 was a very difficult year, but we're going to mould 2026 with our bare hands to be a good year, and it's going to start with some fun crochet projects. Okay, on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the new year. Thank you so much. Bye.